Problem 699. Consider the questions below. Letter A. What can you multiply 8 by to get 1? If you don't know right off the top of your head, you could use an equation to solve this. You could say, all right, what do I have to multiply 8 by? Well, let's just call it A. Let's say 8 times some number A equals 1. Well, if I isolate that unknown number here and get it by itself, I get that unknown value has to be 1/8. So if I multiply 8 times 1/8, I should get 8/8, which equals 1. Let's go to B. B says, what can you multiply x by to get 1? Well, let's call that unknown number here b on this one. So let's say x times b equals 1. To know what the value of b is, I'm going to have to divide each side by x so I can isolate my b. And I now have b equals 1 over x. And if we did the same thing here, if we said x times 1 over x, we get x over x, which equals 1. Let's look at letter C now. Using the rules of exponents, find a way to solve m to the 8th equals 40. Remember that logarithms will not be useful here, but the exponent key on your calculator will be. Obtain the answer as a decimal approximation using your calculator. Check your result by raising it to the 8th power. So we were solving this equation right here, m to the 8th equals 40. Remember, when you take something and you're raising it to the 8th power, you want to figure out what that base is. We're not finding the exponent, we're finding the base. We go ahead and we take the same root of that expression. So instead of m to the 8th, we're going to take the 8th root of m to the 8th. If we do it to that side, we also are going to have to do it to the other side of the equation. So we're going to end up taking the 8th root of 40. And we end up with, let's pull our calculator out here. I'm going to put in my root value, 8. Then I go to math, number 5. So now I have the 8th root. And I'm going to type in 40, hit enter, and we get the value is approximately 1.585 833,175. So how do we check that? Let's take that answer and raise it to the 8th power. So since that was our last answer, if I just press caret there, it'll put my answer in there, and I press 8, and we get back to 40. So we know that this is the correct value. Letter D. Move my calculator back out of the way for a moment. Solve n to the 6th equals 300. So we have n to the 6th power equals 300. This is once again solving for the base. So I'm raising to the 6th power, so I'm going to need to take the 6th root. Taking the 6th root of n to the 6th, and I'm taking the 6th root of 300. The 6th root of n to the 6th should give me n. And the 6th root of 300, let's see, 6, math, number 5, then 300, enter. We get it's approximately 2.587 340 237. And last but not least, let's go ahead and do E. Go back to red for this one. says describe a method for solving x to the power of a equals b for x with a calculator. So in order to solve something like x to the power of a equals b, I have to write out a little bit here. So to solve x to the power of a equals b for x, we must, and then we're going to look at our calculator. Let's pull that out here. So we've just done this twice. In order to get x by itself here, okay, so let's say that we must isolate x by taking the, I would say, I don't know, I'm going to call it the 8th root. That just means if we were finding the 6th root, right, because it was being raised to the 6th power. The one before that, we were finding the 8th root because it was being raised to the 8th power. This one's being raised to the power of a, so it's the 8th root of each side of your equation. So the button sequence on the calculator here, we'd want to press whatever the value of a is. So we'd want to say, these are buttons. We want to say, you know, whatever a is here, so that's going to be some number value, but that's like a. Then we're going to press, so on the last one here we would do said 6, and then we pressed math. So we're going to have to press the math button. We chose option number 5. And remember, that's the one that has the x as the root up there. So after we did that, we chose number 5 there, and then we typed in the value that was inside. So in this case, you know, we would type in whatever value we have for b. Actually, I'm going to put that down there, and then we'll do whatever that number is up here. And then the last part of it, I believe, was enter. And that should have gotten us the answer. So that was the method we used to find the 8th root. And the last one we did the 6th root, the problem before we did the 8th root. This is problem 6-99. Hopefully that helped clarify. If you have questions on this still, make sure you ask your teacher. Thanks for watching.